Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of IGCSE who are going to have their paper 2 writing for the subject of English first language 0500. I consider it my duty to share with you the last minute tips which I think are crucially beneficial for every student who is going to have his or her examination of English tomorrow. So please stay tuned and watch the video till the end. So, my dear student, the first tip which I would like to share with you from my utmost sincerity of heart is that read the question carefully and understand the demand of the examiner. I have told you in my videos as well as in my class lectures that the teacher's directions become secondary important in front of the rubric. When the rubric says, for example, start with dear sir, so all your format will go at the back end and you have to follow the rubric and start your letter with dear sir. When the rubric says that first evaluate the idea, then give your views, so you will follow the demand of the question. When the rubric says that, for example, choose any one of the following topics, then you will carefully choose the topic either for narrative or descriptive. And when the rubric says that follow the word limit and time limit, it is your utmost duty to follow these two things. Remember that it's a paper which carries 2 hours. There are complete 2 hours to attempt this paper. So, my dear student, this is the right time to justify your efforts of 3 years. In haste, never leave the examination hall even 1 minute before the allocated time, because Cambridge examiners have carefully planned the time for these two questions. So please justify the efforts of your parents as well as teachers and attempt the paper wholeheartedly, extremely neatly, following the time limit. In comprehension, there are so many questions to read. In every question, you have to read the demand of the examiner. Here, there is just one line to attempt an answer of, for example, 450 words. So it is very important to read the question carefully. In the same way, in directed writing, your whole answer will depend upon careful understanding of the text and careful reading of the text. I hope the first tip is absolutely clear. Moving on to the second tip, avoid wholesale copying of ideas and must remember to use own words. Do not pick chunks from text A or text B. Just reproducing the ideas from the text will not award you good grade. What will award you good grade is your evaluation, your own views, your own words. That is the most important thing. And don't forget to watch the video on what is evaluation, because it has been appreciated a lot by the teachers as well as students, and it clearly differentiates between evaluation and opinion. The third tip, about which I have already talked, very briefly, I can tell you that evaluation and own views are completely contrasting things. In own views, you talk about your own views in a personal way. You can talk in a biased way. You can be subjective, whereas in evaluation, you have to be objective. You have to adopt impersonal tone. The opinion might be the same, but the style of communication will differ in evaluation. You will appear to be unbiased when you are evaluating things. Unbiased means that you will not be sharing prejudiced opinion. You are not, you can say, giving opinion on the basis of bias or prejudice. You have to show unbiased attitude while evaluating ideas. The next important tip is your handwriting and presentation rules, which you must not ignore. What are the rules of handwriting? Number one, it should be legible. You have 2 hours time. Please read the question carefully and write very beautifully, neatly, without overwriting or without cutting. Use dark pen, use dark blue or black pen, your papers are going to be scanned. You have seen the example candidate responses of 0500 as well as 1123. The scanned pictures were quite clear and visible. They would be visible when you will use dark colored pen and when you will avoid excessive cursive handwriting. Otherwise, the papers, when they will be scanned, if you will write on the top of the page or the bottom of the page or the margin area, that material will not be scanned and that will not reach the examiner. The next rule is the rules of paragraphing. Remember to start each paragraph next to the margin line. Remember to leave a line after every paragraph. Remember to start every paragraph with an interesting connector or starter if it is a directed writing task. Even for narrative essay, you have to write very clearly and carefully that the plan of the narration is absolutely clear in your mind as well as it reaches the examiner. The next tip is must fulfill word length and time limit requirements. As far as the time limit requirements are concerned, I have just told you that you must spend 1 hour on each of the two questions. Neither spend 1.5 hours on narrative writing by writing a story of 100, for example, 700 words or 600 words. No, you have to follow the time limit. You have to follow the word limit, and exceeding is never beneficial for the candidates. Remember, when you are tired, you make more mistakes. I have been checking innumerable assignments of the students. I know this very well that those students with very strong spellings, they start making spelling mistakes by the end of the paper in hurry, in tension, and because of being fatigued. So therefore, please follow the word length requirements and time limit requirements. You should know how many lines you write per line, how many words you write per line. You should know how many paragraphs are required to complete a composition of 450 words. You should know how many paragraphs are required for directed writing. All these details have already been shared in my video, so do watch all the relevant topics, all the related ideas which have been covered in those videos. Don't go for the descriptive essay just to impress the examiner. Many students think that if they will attempt descriptive essay, they will gain more marks. My dear students, more marks will be gained when you will follow the demand of that question, when you will fulfill the features of descriptive essay. And what are the features of descriptive essay? Obviously, strong vocabulary, obviously the ability to write 450 to 480 words in a descriptive essay. Sometimes the students start writing, after 100 words they cross the topic and they move on to the narrative essay. That will be a wastage of time. That will be a very poor impression of your preparation. So please choose the topic very carefully. You can impress the examiner by writing a strong narrative come descriptive essay. What is narrative come descriptive essay? I have discussed about it in my recent video. It means that you have to use combinations of nouns and adjectives and other interesting words even in the narrative. And you can use literary devices like similes, metaphors, and alliterations even in narrative, although their number will be limited and short. Tip number 7. In narrative, you can come up with the amalgamation of realism and imagination. Some of my students have asked this question from me, that can they use imagination and narrative essay? Some students ask that they can't think of realistic ideas, so what they should do. So my dear students, the answer to this query is that you can have an amalgamation of both. You can think of some realistic idea and then you can add the flavor of imagination, some fabricated details you can add into that realistic idea and come up with an interesting plot. So a combination of both will be the best way to attempt the topic. Tip number 8, don't forget the accuracy of 3 things, which has been mentioned in my videos and which has been demanded by the Cambridge examiners in almost all their official resources. And what is that accuracy? Accuracy of spellings, punctuation, and grammar. The words especially the challenging words. If they are spelled accurately, it means that A star is guaranteed. Punctuation does not mean just comma and full stop. Punctuation means that you should be able to use semicolon effectively. You should know what is colon. You should know what is parenthesis or bracket. You should know what is exclamation mark. You should know how to start a dialogue and how to close it. You should know what is ellipsis. All these details I have shared in my video about punctuation. So the important thing is that go beyond comma and full stop. But even if you are not using comma and full stop accurately, that will be a sad thing, because the demarcation between sentences should be very clear. If you want to write a full stop, it should be written clearly. In haste, it should not look like a comma. So please remember this point also, because that is an important thing. Tip number 9, remember to use combinations of nouns and adjectives. Never say he was a boy. I saw a boy. Use at least 2 adjectives to describe a noun. You can say hardworking and intelligent boy. You can say naughty and mischievous boy. You can talk about the place. If you don't know any adjectives, mention the color of the thing, mention the shape of the thing, mention the qualities and the feature of that thing. This will turn out to be an excellent adjective. Then also revise connectors, because they are extremely beneficial for directed writing question, where they play the role of signposts. Just as a signpost tells you what is going to happen, or what is this place about, or where is that place. Similarly, a connector will indicate the paragraph and its main idea. If you will say however at the start of a paragraph, it will indicate that you are going to share contrary views. If you will say all in all at the start of a paragraph, it will indicate that you are going to write the conclusion. In the same way, third important point of this tip number 9 is interesting starters. Don't start every sentence with I or he or pronoun or the, even in narrative essay. Vary the starting. How can you vary? Remember to watch the video on sentence structure, that how can you achieve perfect sentence structure. You must remember to write compound as well as complex sentences. You can start your sentence with subordinate conjunction like while, although, yet, because. Even with connectors like however can be even in the middle of sentence. So the variety of compound and complex sentences is required, and this will change your starter as well. You can start your sentence with adverb. You can say on the other hand, you can say additionally, you can say contrarily. All these are adverbs. And the last and the most important thing is that beta, in 2 hours, don't forget to spare at least 10 minutes per question for proofreading. Per question, because you are not supposed to write for 60 minutes, whether it is narrative or whether it is descriptive or whether it is directed writing. Proofreading is the most important thing which will save your lot of mistakes. But while proofreading, if you find some mistake, don't cross it several times. You can just draw a line through that word, put brackets around that word, a cross at the start, a cross at the end, a line in between, and that will be the way to cross that word. And this is all with regard to 10 tips which I have shared with you before the exam. Stay calm, have a good night's sleep, take a healthy breakfast. Remember to justify the efforts of your teachers as well as parents. And best of luck. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.